Hello out there. Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for Memphis, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jackson out there with Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5. Well, Grant, I hope you're as fired up for this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the raft.
The open shot, Morant. Randle pulls down the board.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself.
Outside Edwards. Drives to the hoop. Memphis with a rebound.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk, you better finish it.
And Morant gets it to go.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
Randle, a screen on Jackson. Outside for Randle. Back to Edwards. Fires for 3. The rebound by Edey.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Here's Morant. Down low. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. And it's Morant again missing. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, B.A. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Now here's Jackson. To the left side wing. Here's Edey. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Randle outside. Out to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. For 3. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Boy, great take by Edwards, making the correct decision in the pick and roll there.
And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 3-point game. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Jackson. Again, the miss by Edwards. Oh, got a piece of it. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's Randle. Yet to see a basket. That's tipped. It's Edwards on the wing. Again, the miss by Edwards.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Here's Edey. Jackson outside. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Minnesota leading by 3. It's McDaniels on the wing. Now here's Bane. Pass to Jackson. And stolen by Edwards. Outside McDaniels. Good if it goes. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bane. Jaren Jackson out there with Jackson, and it's Edey in at center. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Now here's DiVincenzo. No made baskets yet. Outside Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. They set the pick from behind the arc. And the three-pointer goes.
McDaniels with the big answer.
Grizzlies trail by 3. Jackson left side. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
DiVincenzo can't hit.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Moran. Yes, Ja! A menace off the bounce.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
Here's Edwards. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Edwards against Moran. Jackson right side. No good on the 3. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor, love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value-utility guy.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 10. McDaniels from long range. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. Memphis trailing here. From deep, Bane. He buries it from 3. Bane's got 6 here in the quarter.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
Edwards for 3. For 3, DiVincenzo gets the 3 to fall. DiVincenzo's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. There's Jackson with the 3. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
And so it's Moran who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 4. Jackson pass to Moran. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. Outside, DiVincenzo. Kept alive. Gobert with the follow.
The endless reach of Gobert. Those long arms sometimes seems like he's everywhere. An overwhelming presence on the offensive
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now here's Moran. He's got 7.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Ja Morant picks one up.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from DiVincenzo.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game. Outside Bain to the paint. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Randall, the pass to Gobert. Randall outside. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Randall's got an unorthodox game, but he's got a good, strong upper body, which makes him a very consistent scorer inside.
Outside Morant. The 3 is up. The shot that time not on target. Got it up. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 9. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
And get ready for the third half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Naz Reid out there with Miller, and it's Minot in at the power forward position. Wells, looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, BA. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Here's Wells. Memphis shooting their first free throws of this game.
Second team foul.
That one's off.
Well, taking 2 shots.
And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall.
Unusual for him. He'd been in a groove from the line.
Pass to Huff from outside the arc. Buries it from 3.
Impressive offensive versatility for a big. He can show you a variety of looks.
Right side, Alexander-Walker. Deflected! Here's Wells. And another 3 from Memphis.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Here's Minot. Clark covers. Floats one up. Back to Alexander-Walker. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Alexander-Walker's got 5 points.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Nice shot by Kennard.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Alexander-Walker. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And it's Kennard on the take. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Here's Shannon, still without a bucket. On the wing, Alexander-Walker. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession, and the shot goes down. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. To the left wing. Here's Wells. Here's the 3. Reid with the rebound. And Shannon gets it to go. And now a 7-point Minnesota lead.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target. And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Clark, the pass to Huff. Back to Clark. Here's Stevens. Shot clock at 5. Clark, no good. Minnesota leading by 7. Back to Reed. Pass to Shannon. Outside, Alexander Walker. Into the lane. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now here's Alexander Walker. He has 7. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Shannon, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
A line change here for Memphis. Grizzlies trail by 13. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Jackson can't get it to go.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
He gets it in there. Reed's got his first bucket in this one.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game. Knocked away. Outside, Alexander Walker. To the middle. Here's Miller. Now Alexander Walker. Over Morant. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Minnesota. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Jackson in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Drops in the 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 18.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if he's just stacking up threes the way he is. I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Now here's Gobert. Outside, DiVincenzo. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. DiVincenzo against Morant. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. McDaniels, a screen on Bain. Back to DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't hit from the corner. Grizzlies trail by 18. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket. Sees his man. Threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Here's DiVincenzo. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
DiVincenzo with the nice touch on the inside shot. Boy, he really knows how to make it work at close range.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now here's Randall, and the shot's good.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Here's Edie. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And Edwards slams it in.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Now here's Morant. Going inside. Randall pulls down the board.
Love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time. They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Back to Morant. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Kicks it out to Jackson.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Memphis needs to get off a shot. Here's Edie. Looking to end the run. And again, it's Memphis missing. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for the T-Wolves. And here's Edwards. Oh, breaks the aggressive dunk attempt. Outside Morant. Fires in the triple. Morant's got 5 points in the quarter.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Timberwolves.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Anthony Edwards.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight. Well, he's still battling, doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
Count that bucket.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Now here's Edwards. Randall outside. 32 seconds left in the fourth. Back to Edwards. Randall on the screen. Edwards, a pass to Randall. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Boy, the creative finishing ability of Randall draws a lot of fouls.
At the line
And he makes
for
the first.
Julius Randle. 2 shots.
And Randall drops them both. 23 seconds left in the final quarter. Morant with it. Pass to Edie.
Zach Edey. John Moran with the assist.
Here's Edwards. Off on that one. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and
It's the end. Now the Lakers starting group. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the one spot. And for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edie out there with Jackson, and it's Jackson in at the 3, the small forward. The 3 for Doncic. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Hits it from three-point range.
When you're guarding LeBron, you have to give him something. So the King, well, he'll take a three-point basket.
Here's Morant. The rebound by James. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hayes with the screen for James. Pass to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
And LeBron James will outsmart you. He will open up things for other teammates with the pick and roll.
Morant kicks to Jackson. Offline with his 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doncic way outside. It's rebounded by Memphis. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Edie for 3. Good. And the nice assist from Morant.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Kicks it out to James. And finished off by LeBron.
Look, getting inside positioning is what he wants. Like, once that man gets in there and gets moving, oh, he's going to finish that dunk.
Now here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Here's Doncic. Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Doncic has got 5.
Seems like everyone's taking long threes these days, but Doncic has natural power in those legs. Generates range with ease.
Now, here's Bain. Back to Morant. 5 to shoot. And Morant throws it down.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus.
Oh, from ultra close range, Doncic.
James against Morant. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Doncic against Morant. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
Ja Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bain missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
Lakers leading by 6. Vanderbilt gets a wide-open look, and it's Morant with the rebound. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
He tried to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week.
James, the pass to Finney Smith. Carries it from three-point range.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
And so it's Los Angeles in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Lakers?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, he's out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's LeBron James. And it's Doncic in at the point guard. James in the post. Guarded by Morant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Morant.
I love how physical James is. Terrific at getting defenses to foul.
And Richard, you've watched LeBron James over the years. His approach never wavers. It never changes.
He is all business all the time, on the court, off the court. The consistency of his focus and mental toughness is unbelievable.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Doncic from deep three-point land. From beyond the arc and then some. Doncic has got 11 points. Here's Morant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
Richard, we know how hard the game is to play, but I think we also know how hard the game is to officiate.
I agree, Kevin. I think the one thing about basketball is that it's constant movement. There are plays happening all around the referees. It's not like football where every 45 seconds you run another play. In 45 seconds, you could have had a different 5 or 6 possessions. That puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the referees.
On the wing, Bane. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Lakers leading by 15. Here's James. Out to Doncic. LeBron, a screen on Morant. And Doncic gets it to go. 15 points in the game.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Whoa, look out! Goodness. Look out!
Okay, I see you. Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Lays it up and banks it in. Morant's got 5 points now this quarter.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. On the wing, James, guarded by Jackson. LeBron kicks to Hayes. 6 to shoot. Shoots a 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
LeBron passes to Vanderbilt. Back to LeBron. Doncic with a screen for James. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Morant with another miss. Lakers leading by 13. Doncic on the drive inside. Beyond the arc. James misses. And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Morant with another miss.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
The three for Doncic. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game. A kick out to Bain. Back to Morant. To the wing on the left. Here's Edey. Good. And a nice assist from Morant. Edey's got 5 points so far.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
James looking around. Back to Doncic. And Doncic with the triple.
And it doesn't take much for Doncic to get hot. And once that happens, well, he is almost unguardable.
Here's Morant. And then Morant grabs it in.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Here's Doncic. Doncic with a screen on Morant. Here's LeBron. James absorbing hits on the drive.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
Morant with a wide open look. Hands it from downtown. Morant's got 10 points in the quarter. Here's Doncic. Impressive work inside from Doncic.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
They've got Kennard. He's out there with Wells. And it's Huff in at the 5. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Reeves into the lane. Counted. Good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Huff. And rebounded by Connect.
Really thought he had this one. And the defense, they were giving it to him.
And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
Still Grizzlies ball.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Just 5 on the clock. Kennard's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the dunk by Hachimura.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
Here's Reeves. Pass to Hachimura. Reeves with the screen for Hachimura. That one doesn't drop. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Stevens. Count that one. Stevens got 5 now.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Reeves outside. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
No good from Clark. Lakers leading by 12. Plan a screen. Here's Reeves. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Reeves has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Driving in. Len high post. Len with a screen on Clark. And it's Connect in the corner. Pass to Len. He tries for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Len's got himself on the board with 3 there. There's the pick. Kennard for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
From deep, Reeves. It's Clark with the rebound.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That's his first foul. The Lakers on D. Kennard's shot is off. On the wing, Reeves. And the dunk by Len.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Reeves against Kennard. There's the triple. The Lakers with the rebound. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. That shot off.
And the defense did just enough to bother that dunk attempt.
Out left to the wing. No good from Clark.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Jackson Hayes. And it's James in at the 2. And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Driving the lane. And then Morant slams it in.
That first step of Ja, he's one of the few guys that's not only quick, but fast. And this man is lightning fast.
Doncic kicks to LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Stolen away. The 3. Here's Vanderbilt. Kicks it out to LeBron. Doncic with a screen for LeBron. And he goes big with the top right over Ja Morant.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little. People a little extra on that one.
They set the pick to the left wing. Memphis moving it around. Here's Morant. It's hauled in by LeBron. Lakers leading by 23. Takes a 3. Here's Vanderbilt. Another shot. And here is LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Drives to the hoop. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Now, look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Now, here's Morant for 3. The Grizzlies with another miss. LeBron with it. Doncic outside. Pass to Hayes. Doncic kicks to Hayes. Now, here's Vanderbilt. James outside for the 3. Another miss by James. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And Morant gets it to go.
With the defense geared to challenge Morant at the cup, that little stop and pop is deadly.
Doncic against Morant. No one near James as he lets it go. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge. Even though his team is lagging behind, he's playing like a winner. Too bad his attitude isn't spreading to the other guys.
James sets the screen for Doncic. And it's Hayes in the corner. Pass to Vanderbilt. Drops in the layup for 2. Vanderbilt's got his first basket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
LeBron drives in. That one drops for him. LeBron's got 13 points in the second half.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Hayes, again, Los Angeles.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Morant scanning the floor. And another miss by Memphis.
Another missed 3, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Doncic right side. The kick out to LeBron. Doncic with a screen on Morant. It's LeBron. Oh, look out! Look out!
Now that's how you finish.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Oh, road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This crowd, much appreciated, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And so for Richard Jefferson.
teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Here are the 5 for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's James in at the shooting guard position. Here's Doncic. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Banked it in off the glass.
If you allow Luka to establish position because of his size, his strength, his footwork, turn the lights out.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. He spoke about LeBron James' ability to completely control the game. They want to set the pace for themselves and make LeBron and his guys play catch-up. Coach said we have to play our brand of basketball and not worry about who's on the other side. Play our game, set the pace, and we should be all right. Back to you, B.A.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for a lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
The shot by James, no good. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Drops in the layup for 2.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. James, a screen on McDaniels. It's James on the wing. Kicks it to Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Fires from 14. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Edwards for 3. Counted from distance.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
James, a screen on McDaniels. Doncic. And Doncic hammers it home.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving. No doubt whatsoever.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Really nice decision-making by Anthony Edwards. If you're going to play in the NBA, you've got to read off pick-and-roll action.
McDaniels against Doncic. The 3, James. On target from range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Randall on the screen. Edwards against James. Edwards, a pass to Randall. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. James inside. DiVincenzo covering. Launches it. Out to James. Back to Doncic. Jacks up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Doncic has got 10 points.
Wow, quick trigger from Luka. Ready on the catch to release and fire.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
James, a screen on McDaniels. Pass to Hayes. Oh, from deep. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. 1:03 left to play in the first. Randall outside. Edwards looking it over. Boom! He jams it straight down.
How about Anthony Edwards? The bounce. Go ahead,
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Lakers. It's a three-point game. Out to James. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the contest. James, no good on the free throw. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Off the inbound pass. And DiVincenzo finishes it off. 7 points in the game.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Doncic with it. 10 points for him. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game. DiVincenzo pass to Gobert. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 5. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. For 3, DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Lakers trail by 8. Pass to Vanderbilt. The 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 3 assists in the game. Vanderbilt against DiVincenzo. Here's Randle from the arc. LeBron with the rebound. And here's Hayes over Gobert. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Edwards, a pass to Gobert. The contact, not enough to bother Gobert at the rim.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Outside Edwards. This one for 3. Oh, Edwards, money on the triple.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Doncic outside. Fires the 3. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
That last 3 got under Luka's skin and he decided to respond.
McDaniels a screen. It's Edwards with a drive. McDaniels passes to Edwards. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Dorian Finney-Smith.
Let's remember, Anthony Edwards is 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan. Those long arms, very difficult to deal with defensively. Draws the contact there.
Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, B.A., when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
Hayes with a screen. Here's Doncic. Pass to Hayes. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
Edwards against Vanderbilt. Edwards, a pass to Gobert. And stolen by Hayes. Outside Finney-Smith. Doncic feeling it out a bit. Takes it inside. Good work defensively by Randall.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
The fast break triple. If I did that back in the day, I'd be headed to the bench.
Doncic outside. Pass to James. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
McDaniels against Doncic. Hayes with it. Out to James. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Fast break, Minnesota. The three, DiVincenzo. That's it. Coming off an assist from Randall. DiVincenzo's got 6 points in the quarter. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 13. James, a screen on McDaniels. Out to James. James from distance. Easy work.
This is why LeBron's so tricky to defend. Yes, he has the strength to go inside and finish, but he's also got such touch from behind the arc.
Here's Edwards. Got it. Good job in the low post. Edwards got 12.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Vanderbilt, a screen on Randall. Ooh, LeBron with the slam.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
And out of bounds, the Lakers will take it. Here's Doncic. Hayes for three. No good on the buzzer beater. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Timberwolves ahead, up by 10. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Players, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the big half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And the Lakers, looking at who they've got. Rui Hachimura is out there with Alex Len. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Connect. And it's Goodwin in at the shooting guard position.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Well, Graham, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space. Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Lynn can't hit. The Timberwolves lead by 10. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Los Angeles has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. And here's Reeves. Hachimura outside. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Wow, the ability to get off your feet in a hurry. Rui Hachimura with the dunk.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers. Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Pass to Lynn. Outside Reeves. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside Reed. Back to Alexander Walker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's a 12-point Minnesota lead.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
A new day. The Spurs' Victor Wembanyama said a few years back it was more of a guards game, but now it's come back to a big men's game. We've got guys all around the league who do a lot of stuff despite being very tall. It's the way the game changes. You just have to adapt. Brian, the gauntlet has been thrown.
And I like it. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Here's Reeves. Pass to Goodwin. Hachimura sets a screen. Goodwin passes to Reeves. Just 5 to shoot. Hachimura from long range. Reed with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Outside, Alexander Walker. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And Naz Reid has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men, Doris.
He has, BA, and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most 4 men. Traditional 5s are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the three-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Naz has got big-time game.
Hachimura sets a screen. Reeves with the ball. Now Alexander Walker defending. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Reed, a screen on Reeves. Here's Alexander Walker. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Minnesota shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Here's Reeves. 1:19 left in the third quarter. Driving to the basket, and he dunks it down.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's Alexander Walker. Cuts off the pass. Goodwin passes to Hachimura. 52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Reeves. Launches a 3. Tries again. Driving inside. And it's good on the layup. Reeves has got 6 here in the quarter.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Minot. Misses the layup. Now here's Reeves. Covered by Alexander Walker. Lynn inside. Here's Reeves. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? He'll love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Lakers trail by 14. Doncic outside. James, a screen on McDaniels. James outside. There's strength of the king.
Yeah, the defense has got to push LeBron James out of position. If he's on the interior, guys, it's over.
Gobert with a screen on James. It's Edwards with
Get out the way, Greg! Get out the way! And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they...
Oh! Wow. Incredible!
How about the finish from Luka Doncic? My goodness, go ahead with the hammer.
And it's in there.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Out to the right wing. Outside, Finney-Smith. Fires from deep. Sends it home from three-point land.
Finney-Smith on the catch, ready to rise and fire. That's big-time shooting ability right there, folks.
James with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up, and Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. James, a screen on McDaniels. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Randall, and he drives in. The kick out to Edwards. Six on the shot clock. Randall deciding where to go with it. Misses the three. Lakers trail by 11. James outside. Doncic outside. James, a screen on Edwards. Back to James. Hayes in the high post. He's against Gobert. Hayes misses.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Kicks it to Doncic. James outside. DiVincenzo with the steal. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Back to DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Doncic. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. Here's James. Pass to Hayes. Outside, Finney-Smith. Shot clock at 6. Here's James. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Anthony Edwards. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
Lakers trail by 9. Doncic outside. Nice finish from Luka.
Boy, yet another night for Luka Doncic. This guy is forcing everyone to play at his pace right now.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Lakers. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
And Minnesota has possession. They led by as many as 18. Gobert with a screen on James. Outside Edwards. To the the inside. It's stolen by James. It's an even 3-on-3 break. To the wing, right side. Hayes finds Vanderbilt. Now James. McDaniels covering. Doncic, a screen on McDaniels. Just 4 to shoot. Vanderbilt, no good. Now the Timberwolves with it. They lead by 4. And it's Randall with the jam.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And it's good. What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. He connects. So we see the Timberwolves get the win here. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to...
Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Al
Time, but eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for answers.
2K Sport. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Williams. And it's Edey in at center. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And it's Morant missing. Now the Timberwolves with it. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Now, here's Morant for three. Morant with another miss. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter, and the three ball is good.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Pass to Edey. Good, and the nice assist from Morant.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Outside for Randall. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
The three from Morant bangs home the trifecta.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Edwards. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And a wide open look for Bane. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Yeah, that's a nice dish. A lot of times the best way to put the ball in the right spot is with that bounce pass.
Ooh, a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X-factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X-factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Just superior focus from Morant. His determination is what allows him to convert through contact.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up. last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Timberwolves leading by 12. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Jackson. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Morant's got 9.
And that three-point shot has really evolved for Ja, becoming a bigger part of his game.
For 3, Edwards. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. Morant with it, out-defended by Randall, and finished up by Morant.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's DiVincenzo, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Morant. 11 points in the game. Here's Heaney. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. 5 points in the game.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Puts up a deep 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay.
And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high-percentage looks.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Williams at the 3.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
Near the 3-point line, it's DiVincenzo. Offline from the top of the key. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. 7-point differential. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Count that 1. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut back down again to single digits with those points from Morant. And finished off by McDaniel.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
Grant, and rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up a 3-point shot tonight. To the paint, it's deflected. And finished off by Gobert.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Morant with another miss. Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Bane for 3, good on the triple. Bane's got 6 points.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
McDaniels kicks to Edwards. finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Morant against Gobert. Morant passes to Williams. There's Jackson with the three. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Randle on the volley. Randle's got 4 points this quarter.
Relentless on the backboard. Randle, a fantastic rebounder, and that time it directly leads to points.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
You got to be able to get some hang time to do that. Here's DiVincenzo. 7 points in the game. Pass to Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Morant outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked off here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's 21 seconds left here in the second. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Williams, and Williams throws it down.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Here's Edwards. Just 3 on the clock. Misses the layup. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be right back after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the big half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Get ready to get the shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
They've got Clark. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Naz Reid out there with Miller. And it's Minot in at the power forward. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Marc said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. I came back as a Grizzlies player. I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Minnesota leading by 19. Hells with the steal. On the wing, Jackson. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Tries to keep it alive.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Pass to Alexander-Walker. Right around a minute and a half. Play here in the third quarter. Up and in on the layup.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Clark kicks to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Wells dishes to Clark. Shot to stop the run. Clark sets a screen for Kennard. No good on the triple. Timberwolves leading by 23. Alexander Walker passes to Clark. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now guarded by Wells.
First foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now here's Reed. From downtown, they grab their own miss. Alexander Walker on the wing. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Reed. The teardrop falls in. Reed's got 4 points in the quarter. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now, here's Kennard. Defended by Alexander Walker. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Pass to Reed. Back to Alexander Walker. It's hauled in by Huff.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Wells' shot is good. Minnesota leading by 20. Alexander Walker with the ball. 8 points for him. No good from outside. Wells at the elbow. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Assistant Kennard.
Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Fires from the corner. It's rebounded by Memphis. 32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Picked away. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Launches it. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 18. 5-on-3 break. Kennard for 3. Miller grabs the miss. Here's Reed. Trains the three-pointer. Reed's got 7 now in this quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So on the floor for Memphis. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Vince Williams out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's Edey. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
For 3, Edwards. Edey with the rebound. Edie's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Well, there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game. Edwards with the screen for Randall. And here's Edwards. McDaniels kicks to Edwards. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jackson with it. Out defended by Randall. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And all game long, they've worked the ball inside. It's really worked well for them offensively.
And so it's Payne who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Down by 15.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
Pass to Edie. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's McDaniels. Stolen by Jackson. And even 3-on-3 break. Morant with a wide-open look. From outside, off the mark. Minnesota leading by 16. Right side, Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Lets it go from deep. And Ja Morant with the 3. Morant's got 21.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Williams against Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Over Williams. Grizzlies with the rebound. 1:50 left in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Morant. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Timberwolves leading by 16. It's Randall with the drive. And the rejection by Jackson. The finish. And then Morant slams it in.
Out in the open court, few defenders can match up with Morant. He's too fast and skilled.
Pass to Gobert. The 3 for DiVincenzo. Offensive rebound. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Payne. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Timberwolves.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
Gobert with a screen on Williams. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Drills it from outside.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Outside Williams. Back to Morant. is out of bounds. Well, they say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to it. Didn't look ready to receive it. At least they've got some room for error, but still a poor possession there.
Stolen by McDaniels. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. Even. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony.
for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Jackson in it, the small forward. And for the Lakers, we've got LeBron James. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point guard. And how much fun is it to watch these guys move the basketball court?
Well, they've got two main ingredients. One, you've got to have a system that demands unselfishness. And then you need players that are willing to play unselfishly. And they've got both of those things.
Morant against Doncic. Just 5 on the clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah!
Come away with authority. Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Here's Doncic. James outside. And there's a pick. Outside Finney-Smith. Payne against James. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Jackson can't get it to go.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
B.A., I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. He's in that category. One of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age. Finney-Smith, a really solid shooter from the mid-range area, so the defense has to do a better job than this if they're going to stop him.
And here's Morant outside. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Doncic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first.
It'll be on G.G. Jackson.
Luka with the crafty shot fake. Outstanding at tricking the defense.
Doncic hits them both. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So, unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. Here's Hayes. Lets a floater go. And book it for Vanderbilt.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Grizzlies trail by 6. From deep, Morant. Goes back up. Edey, that's good.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
The Lakers have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Doncic against Morant. And Doncic hammers it home.
Can't let Doncic get the positioning he seeks, or he'll dunk all over you.
James against Morant. Good work defensively by James. The Lakers lead by 6. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Doncic outside. Out to James. Pass to Hayes. No one near him. Again, the Lakers.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And then Morant with the dunk.
And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Out to James. Driving in. The rebound by Jackson. Right side Morant. Jackson outside. He gets it up and no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Los Angeles up by a healthy 8. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
The most consistent attack on offense so far has been the mid-range jump shot. We'll see if they can keep that rolling.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
They've got Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Hayes. Then there's LeBron James, and it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. Lakers on D. Pass to Edey. The 3. LeBron with the rebound. And stolen by Morant. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
From deep, here's Doncic. The rebound by Jackson.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility. But I like
the skill, the grace, Morant.
The quick feet of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Doncic against Morant, and the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Here's James. Oh, LeBron got a step. Can't let him do that.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's driving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Los Angeles leading by 8. And here's Doncic outside. They get the rebound. Vanderbilt to pass to James. Here's Doncic. 6 to shoot. Out to James. Doncic, a screen on Jackson. James deciding where to go with it. Hayes for 3. The shot's good on the assist by James. Hayes has got 5 points.
Setting the table for his teammates, James enjoys sharing and passing the ball and getting others involved, I think, more than any other aspect of his game.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense.
Oh, huge slam by LeBron.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel, James. Is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
And it's Morant off the drive, and he makes it on the layup. 15 points in the game.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
James, a screen on Morant. Oh, Luka playing grown man ball inside. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
Eddie Smith passes to Vanderbilt. James outside. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
That is the savvy of LeBron on display. Doesn't just convert, but draws the foul and has the chance to tack another one on his point total.
And amongst those in attendance, future Hall of Famer and our good buddy Candace Parker.
They're always great to have basketball royalty in the house. Parker played over a decade here in L.A. with the Sparks, taking home a title and MVP honors.
That free throw, good from James. And Clark, what's incredible about LeBron? He makes as big of an impact off the court as he does on it.
B.A., I think it's going to be one of the great case studies when he's all done playing, how he's impacted the game and uplifted people across the country and world. He's a tremendous advocate for social justice. He's obviously a shrewd and successful businessman, and he's been a vocal leader who also leads by example. He's actually epitomizing the change he'd like to see in other folks and inspiring along the way.
Drills it from deep. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
That jumper is pure. Jackson with great touch for a big man. Set him up, let him knock him down.
And here's Doncic outside. The rebound by Edey.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And that one's good. James.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Pass to Edey. It's stolen by James. Finney Smith up top. James against Bain. And that one's good. James has got 12 now in this quarter. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Bain with a screen on James. And there's the foul. It's on Jackson Hayes. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
16 seconds left in the second. Here's Morant. Morant with the slam!
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
From deep, here's Doncic. And no good. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. Back after this.
22.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the court for Memphis, Brandon Clark out there with Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the 5. Out to Hachimura. Back to Reeves. 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here we go. Pass to Jackson. Let's go with a 3. Hachimura with a rebound. The Lakers lead by 14. You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Well, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Huff nails it from beyond the arc. Huff's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Reeves. There's the drive. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And he lobs it up. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. wing, Reeves. Inside, poke loose.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
It's his first trip to the line, and the first one at the line is good.
At the line for Los Angeles.
Both shots good from the strike. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. There's a screen. Here's Kennard. Soft touch off the glass.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Hachimura sets a screen. Reeves finds Hachimura. The drive by Reeves. Reeves with a screen on Clark. Hachimura from long range. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it from 20. The offensive rebound. Here's Connect, defended by Jackson. And here's Reeves. Here's Lynn. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
2 minutes.
Kennard outside. From deep. Here's Huff. Jackson outside. Kennard outside. 4-3. And there's the screen. From deep. Hachimura with a rebound. Kicks it out to Kennard. From downtown. There's the 3. Knocks down the long J. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Outside Reeves. Drains it from 9 feet away. Reeves has got 6 points. Grizzlies trail by 16. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Kennard, tightly guarded. Just 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Huff, the pass to Wells. Kennard outside. The 3 ball. Drains the triple. Give him 8 points now.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Reeves. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's Los Angeles liking their chances. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Luka Doncic. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Hayes. And it's James in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Jackson gets the bucket.
And you know, his team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
James, a screen on Morant. Here's Doncic. Doncic throws it down.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
It's Hayes with the rebound. The Lakers lead by 14. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Ooh, poked away. It's stolen by Doncic. Now the Lakers moving it up. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. And slam dunk by James.
You know, LeBron plays a very mistake-free game, usually in the open court, and when he's out on the break, the points are almost a guarantee.
Exactly.
The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of running. Attacking when they get the chance, always a great idea.
James against Morant. Outside Vanderbilt. Just 5 to shoot. Doncic with it. Jackson in his pocket. Jackson knocks it away.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
Grizzlies trail by 14. Up top, Morant. Check by James. Ja steps on the gas. And then Morant with the dunk.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low. Working around the contact and getting it to go.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Puts up a 3. Oh, Doncic from way out there.
Wow. I don't know if anything's out of Doncic's range.
From deep, Morant. The Lakers with a rebound. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds now. Doncic with it. Jackson in his pocket. Morant against Doncic. All alone. Again, Doncic missing.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Edey, guarded by Doncic. And it's Edey with the 3.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
James, a screen on Morant. Here's Doncic. Oh! Power it home!
Oh, wow! Whoa! Not known for showing off, Doncic with the highlight reel jam. Did I say that? Wow.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. And Doncic hammers it home.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Doncic's shot is good.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Lakers.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Luka Doncic.
He didn't miss out on much of the action tonight. He was magnetized to the ball and did everything he could to contribute for his team on both ends of the floor.
Clock at 6. Screen by James. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. And he goes big. The dunk right over Ja Morant.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Doncic on the wing. Plenty of space. And the jumper is good.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Moran against James. James with a steal. Out of bounds. It'll be Grizzlies ball. Here's Morant. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
the Minnesota.
Greetings, everyone. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. And for Los Angeles, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's LeBron James. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Should be a lot of great ball movement tonight, RJ. These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
And I like that. Edwards comes off the pick, keeps his options open, and then just makes the right read.
And here's Doncic from the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 6. Buries it down low.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Here's Minnesota. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Edwards with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Randle from outside. It's hauled in by Doncic. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Pass to Vanderbilt. Finney-Smith kicks to Vanderbilt. Misses the 3.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Here he goes. And that one, good. McDaniels got his second bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now, here's Doncic, and looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
James against DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. He takes it in. For 3, Edwards. Drills the three-pointer.
And you have to stay up on Edwards out there, which is dangerous because he's so good at going right around you.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And it's Hayes in the corner. Vanderbilt finds Doncic.
2 minutes remain in the first. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 5.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Now, here's Doncic. And he drives in. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And Edwards with a clear path to the basket. And finished off by Edwards.
Man, what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Here's Doncic. Will it go? And he lays it up and in.
That's a guy you want taking shots. A quality offensive player.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Traps in the tray.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Pass to Edwards. Randall a screen on Vanderbilt. Here's Edwards driving inside. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Vanderbilt with the screen. Gobert pulls it in. Here's Randall. Finished off the break.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Here's Doncic. Basket good. Doncic has got 6 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going into the break with a 10-point lead. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Here's Doncic. Oh, my goodness, the slam!
Stunning the crowd and the defense with that one. What a show from Doncic.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes...
Whoa! A little extra right there from Edwards.
And he can take off from anywhere at any time. Edwards always a threat.
LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Edwards makes it dueling three-pointers, showing some leadership, getting that one back.
Here's Doncic. Kicks it out to James. Over Randall. And McDaniels with the block. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's DiVincenzo. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Poked away.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
James against DiVincenzo. James kicks to Hayes. From deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randall's got 4 rebounds in this game. McDaniels finds Edwards. Oh, the lob to Gobert, and it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. .137 left in the first half. James has a 2-pointer, and then jammed down as he goes right over Rudy Gobert.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little. Just a little extra on that one.
Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with them, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both. Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Just naturally strong. We've seen more than one defender sort of just bounce off Randall. He's used to it.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Doncic against Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And the slam. If Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. DiVincenzo against Doncic. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Lakers trail by 18. James looking it over. 17 seconds left now here in the second. Vanderbilt the pass to James. James making it look easy from deep.
When you're guarding LeBron, you have to give him something. So the King, well, he'll take a 3-point basket.
Edwards drives in. 1 second left. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 15 going into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We come back right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
We've got Connect. Goodwin out there with Austin Reed. Then there's Len, and it's Hachimura in at the 4 slot. That's the Laker 5. Hachimura setting the pick for Reeves. 5 on the clock. Pass to Hachimura. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Minnesota ball.
Timberwolves leading by 17. Here's Alexander Walker. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defensive foul.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Reeves. Takes it inside. Out to the right wing. The shot by Len. Wide open. And again, it's the Lakers. Minnesota's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Alexander Walker. He's defended by Reed. Alexander Walker with the ball. 5 points in the game. Reed gets the bucket.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And that one's good. Hachimura's got his first 3 points of the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander Walker. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Shoots the three. And another three for the Lakers.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Into the lane. And the shot is good. Alexander Walker's got 7 now in this quarter.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Reeves the pass to Hachimura. Back to Reeves. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Reed against Len. Here's Alexander Walker. And the wide open shot from Reed. Off target from 3-point range. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. 17-point game. Hachimura. That 3 off the mark. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Here's Shannon. Knocks down the 3 ball. Shannon's got 5 now.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Here's Reeves, and it's a good one in the corner. Off target with his 3. Minnesota leading by 20. Here's Alexander Walker, and the 3 off target. Connect with it. He's against Miller. And connect. Slams it in.
Rising up. Dalton Connect.
As a junior college product, Dalton Connect, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin. Spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program. Then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee. And there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
Out to Miller. Pass to Reed. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Hachimura, the screen. Reeves outside. And that one drops for him. Reeves has got 4 points in the quarter.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's defended by Reeves. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. And here is Hachimura. And he's good on the 3 ball. Hachimura's got 6 points. Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And so it's Minnesota. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Finney Smith kicks to Vanderbilt. Clock at 6. Out to Doncic. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. LeBron shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 15. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let it cook.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
On the wing, James. He's defended by Randle, and that one, good.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Edwards passes to McDaniels. McDaniels a screen on LeBron. And here's Edwards from the arc. Edwards with another miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And finished off by Finney Smith.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. For 3, Edwards. A three-pointer is right on target. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the touch on Edwards' shot is really nice. Gives it just enough power to drop in.
Doncic with a screen for LeBron. And LeBron throws it down hard.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Nice break, the Lakers. Here's Vanderbilt. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Gobert, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
James, a screen on McDaniel. And here's Doncic from the arc. Here's Vanderbilt. Kicks it out to James. Pass to Doncic. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's McDaniels. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Lakers trail by 12. A 3-ball. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's rebounded by Doncic. Lakers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th of 9.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Timberwolves leading by 10. It's Randle with the drive. Pass to DiVincenzo. 1:14 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Randle no good.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from Rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick of the bag to get where he wants to go.
Outside Edwards. Trying to get something going. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
James misses. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Doncic against DiVincenzo. Launches a 3. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Doncic against McDaniel. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty